So if you're somebody who wants to sell 3D prints, you need to go by a specific framework. You can't just pick random items and hope everything's going to be good. So most people kind of pick products by what they think looks cool to print, and that's why they pretty much end up with a shelf full of prints and zero sales. So I use a simple three-step filter before I print something and pick a product out. So the first step is demand. So what I want to do is pretty much figure out how many people are searching for this keyword or this product. If no one's searching for it, then you're going to find it hard to make sales. It pretty much means that no one's really looking for it. And second step is competition. So what we do is we flip to Amazon or Etsy and we figure out how many people are actually currently selling this product, how many reviews does it have, and you pretty much want something with a demand gap, not a saturation kind of gap. So, you pretty much want to have something that is making sales but doesn't have like tons of competitors who are all kind of fulfilling this product. And lastly, the first step is profit margin. So the rule they want to go by is the 10x rule. So if you have about $1 kind of cost in filament, you want to be selling it for at least $10, or it's going to start cutting into your profit margins and it's not going to be sustainable. So usually we want to go at least minimum $15 to sell products. So, if the market wants support a price kind of below that, then you want to move on to the next product. The key thing is we go through a process that pretty much has, 10 to 20 product choices that we go through. We take each kind of product through this three-step filter before we actually go and pick it. So hopefully that all makes sense. And I'm going to show you a real life example of how that all works. So first we're going to look at demand, then we're going to look at competition, then we're going to look at profit margin. So let's start off. Oh yeah, by the way, if you do want to join a community of people trying to make 3D, sell 3D prints, help you get your first 100 3D print sales in 90 days, then join 3D Printing Profits, and I'll get you to that stage. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Thingiverse. So Thingiverse is pretty much a good way to generate some simple ideas just to start off with and then kind of build from there. So you can just really browse around Thingiverse and look for different niches, right? You got things, replicas, you got some kind of fun little toys and fidgets. Fidgets are quite a big niche. Some Pokemon stuff, I like to usually avoid those. You got some holders, so bathroom, that could be generalized to like bathroom, right? Cat arms, thumbs up, so cat kind of fun products. So literally this is a treasure trove of different ideas. All you have to do is look at the idea and kind of go one niche up. Replica tricycles, that's something. You got these kind of cars. Got some tools, a wrench holder. So I'm just gonna kind of pick something at random. So a lattice pen holder. Let's have a look at this. So pen holders, I think they're not too interesting, so I'll kind of go through something else. And that's a logo. Okay, something like this. Maybe an electric toothbrush holder. I think I've seen some of those before, but maybe there's specific angles we can do. So first of all, I'll pretty much just write down, electric toothbrush holder. And what you want to do is then take this keyword and I want to put it into Keyword Keg. So Keyword Keg is a software that pretty much allows you to look at different volumes from Amazon of how many people are searching for it. I'm going to keep this pretty simple. So as we went through, first stage is demand. So kind of how many keywords, how many people are actually searching for the product on Keyword Keg, right? So let's wait for that to load. Okay. Electric toothbrush holder is pretty good. So as you can see, there's actually volume here, 2,900 searches. That's per month for electric toothbrush holder. And as you can see, there's more kind of keywords that kind of stack up. What I like to do is just take all these keywords and copy these. And let's say separate these keywords by keyword and volume. Okay, cool. That kind of makes it easier for us to see. It's probably better to do in bullet points. So first of all, we've kind of seen, okay, there is demand. So next we can flip over to competition on Amazon and Etsy. Let's take that same keyword, I'll open up Amazon, I'll open up Etsy. Just have a quick little search. You're not doing too much, we're just keeping it very simple. Okay, so I have to do Control F for holder. As you can see, there's many different options. And what we're looking for is how many different options are there, first of all. You know, is it a specific brand? Is it universal? What kind of pricing do we have? We can kind of look into pricing. That's more, you know, step 3 for the profit margin, but we can still take note of it. So it looks like this is very saturated. There's a lot of different models, 819 results here. So are there kind of any other angles that we can look at when we see the search volume? So we got brands, you know. Okay, we have wall mounted as well. That's a specific angle. We have the toothbrush holder, but we have some that's wall mounted. So what I'll do is I'll go back to Amazon and type that in. Do Control Find for wall, just to look at the keyword in there. These are all the wall mounted ones. So it's quite saturated as well, right? So it's going to kind of continue to look at different keyword angles. So we've got the electric toothbrush holder with charger. So look at that. Okay, so it has the inbuilt charger inside it. Now it's shown for 6,000 results, but that's not always accurate. You kind of just want to scroll down and see how many of these results are actually doing what they imply. Okay, docking station. So yeah, all of these are pretty much hitting it with the charger. And the cool thing is you can start to go into these individual results and go into the reviews and look at if there's any kind of space for something unique, right? So these are wall mounted, which is fine. And usually you want to try and look for ones that's like, you know, below 4 stars, because then there's kind of space, they're doing something wrong, right? These all look pretty good. They look pretty well done. So I wouldn't kind of continue with that, right? So we've looked at competition, we looked at the profit margin somewhat. And what I like to do also is take our main keyword and put it back into Thingiverse. And what we do here is pretty much just look at different designs and we can see how popular they are. This is just a normal toothbrush holder, the electric toothbrush holder right here. So for example, like this would be pretty easy to print. You wall mount it and then you can add in this section. And you can see it's just got a base. This is non-commercial, so you can't sell it. Got retro toothbrush holder. Okay. So you can pretty much look for different designs and stuff like that. Toothbrush throne, something like that could be another item. Because people have the toothbrush holder for the whole thing, but how many have it just for the heads? You got some interesting kind of designs here as well. Wall toothbrush holder, wall mounted. So Oral-B specific brand. Okay, interesting. So I do like this one here. So it'd be like electric toothbrush head holder. Put in toothbrush head holder as a keyword. And we'll see if people are actually searching for this or if it's just a dead keyword. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Some nice makes. You can look into the comments as well. Save us money and time. Make a version for 5 toothbrushes. So that's something. Some of the designs on Amazon might not have 5 toothbrushes, right? A lot of these just have 1 or 2. That's got 2. So that could be like a distinguishing factor. That could be your value proposition. Then you have electric toothbrush holder with 5 slots. This one has 4. Let's do Control Find for 5. Look if there's any titles. Also look at the pictures. So a lot of these are 4-packs. So what I would do here is pretty much create a 5-pack, because a lot of people do have, you know, 5 people in the family. So a lot of these guys are missing that specific angle. This one's got 5 slots, but not necessarily, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 still. So that's definitely a good angle, I think. The key thing here though is the profit margin. Looks like the pricing isn't that high, so this might be something to avoid. The key thing is like how much value do you get from these items? Like, is it valuable enough that people are going to spend like good money? Okay, electric toothbrush head holder, 260. Got one for Oral-B. Got the Oral-B again, toothbrush head holder. So there is volume, not that much, but that's enough for you to make some sales. You add all of these up, and that's like, maybe 600, 700. So that's 700 people per month searching for this product on Amazon. So that's something that you could move forward with. Then what you can do is take that again, put it into Amazon. Okay, so we see these different ones here. It's got the suction cup. Nice. This one's standing. And then what did they have here? They had just holder, so they didn't really say wall mounted or anything. So it could just be like a stand that people are looking for or something like this. So you see there is potential. The pricing on this is about, $10, $15. Some are cheaper. Yeah, so there's a bit of potential here. It's not super saturated. You do have like a good amount of listings. So what you want to do is kind of go into the listings and look for specific angles. Like, do people want 5 of them, like they said in the Thingiverse file, right? Okay, should add options for 3 or 4 toothbrushes. Okay. So yeah, pretty much the number of toothbrushes is the key thing, I'd say. And yeah, so that's pretty much the process. You just want to first go through demand, then you want to go through competition, and then you want to look at the profit margin. Make sure you're trying to get a 10x on the profit margin. So yeah, pretty much go through the process. So with keyword keg, you can pretty much type in, something like electric toothbrush, and that can give you like more options or more keywords and start to go through those different angles. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful in terms of helping you to find profitable 3D prints. Just want to go through the process. It does take a bit of time. You kind of cycle through from Thingiverse to Keyword Keg to Amazon. But just continue through and you should find, a profitable 3D print that doesn't have crazy competition and has decent demand. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Remember the 3-step system, demand, then competition, and then profit margin.